In the last unit we saw what happens when you are HGH deficient. Now let's take a look at the sunny side. What happens when you optimize your natural production of the human growth hormone? Men as well as women benefit from high levels of HGH. Men love it mainly because of its anabolic properties and women because of its anti-aging and weight loss effects. But let's go through it one by one. The first one is the enhanced weight loss. Growth hormone enhances a process called lipolysis, which is the breakdown of lipids, and that's basically the process which we call fat burning. In a study, 24 obese participants were in a hypocaloric diet and treated with recombinant human growth hormone or a placebo. In the end, growth hormone treatment caused a 1.6-fold increase in weight loss, with the greatest loss being visceral belly fat. In the placebo group, lean body mass was lost, whereas lean body mass was gained in the growth hormone group. So this study suggests that human growth hormone accelerates the loss of body fat and preserves lean muscle mass. The second advantage is increased muscle strength. This factor is the reason why bodybuilders use it to enhance their performance. Human growth hormone has been known to enhance strength and muscle mass through stimulating collagen synthesis in the skeletal muscle and tendons. In a study that appeared in the International Journal of Endocrinology, 14 healthy men at the ages of 50 to 70 were randomized into two groups. One group was administered HGH therapy and the other group got a placebo. Both groups were reevaluated after 6 months. Both groups did the same kind of strength training. After these 6 months, there was a significant increase in the leg press performance in the growth hormone group. Overall, the study concluded an increased muscle strength in the lower body after human growth hormone was administered in healthy men. HGH deficient adults who were administered long-term HGH therapy experienced normalization of muscle strength, increased exercise capacity, and improved thermoregulation and body composition. The next big advantage is that HGH improves brain function. Elevated growth hormone contributes to the brain as much as to the body. When your HGH levels are high, so is your ability to think and to focus. A famous benefit of growth hormone is that it massively contributes to fracture healing. HGH plays a key role in bone healing. Higher levels of human growth hormone have been shown to speed up the regeneration of bone. In a study where rats were injected additional growth hormone, the researchers found out that higher levels of growth hormone speed up fracture healing significantly without adverse effects. But growth hormone has also psychological benefits, and that is that it elevates the mood. Sure, you can't always be in a good mood, but if your HGH levels are lower than normal, you will have an even tougher time being happy. However, when your levels are normally high, the game changes. Your mood will more likely stay elevated and you are less likely to be anxious. The next factor is improved sleep. During sleep, your body goes into recovery mode, physically and mentally. And most of your hormones are produced and released in their biggest amounts during sleep as well. As you have seen, that is the case for growth hormone as well. The funny thing is that high levels of growth hormone improve sleep quality and you fall asleep easier. So if your levels are high, you sleep better, which even further improves your HGH, and when you have low levels of growth hormone, you have a harder time to fall asleep, and in turn your sleep quality suffers, which lowers GH even more. You will learn all about how you use this cycle to your best advantage in the chapter when we talk about sleep. Growth hormone also reduces the cardiovascular disease risk. HGH is not only mainly responsible for the development of heart tissue, but adults who are growth hormone deficient have an increased risk for cardiovascular disease, leading to a decreased life expectancy. Another benefit of growth hormone is improved hair growth. High HGH levels translate to the improvement of certain physical characteristics. Healthier hair and faster hair growth is one of them. And last but not least, higher growth hormone levels lead to a higher sex drive. Your sexual function is directly related to your human growth hormone levels. When they are high, so is your sexual appetite, and as a man you are better able to achieve erections. In fact, human growth hormone is used as a natural remedy for impotence. You probably noticed that some studies I cited here are performed with artificial growth hormone. but in this course, we want to raise levels naturally. This does not mean that the natural route is less effective. The artificial hormone is used in the studies because you have a better comparison, but in fact the natural way may be even more effective in the long run. If you inject artificial hormones, your body decreases its own production through a feedback loop. And if that goes on for some time, you are not able to produce your own growth hormone in sufficient quantities. Additionally, as we have discussed, injections have shown to have some side effects. Sure, they have their time and place, but before you consider this, it is a better idea to maximize the bodily production. It takes a little longer than injections, but in the end it may be just as effective, and for your body it's even better. And to recap a study from before, there's only a small increase necessary to make the metabolic shift happen that brings all these advantages. So this should now be motivation enough to dive deep into the strategies that boost human growth hormone levels naturally.